Hello, everybody. I want to talk about a city called Boston. Boston was a very active place during the Revolution. A lot of famous people came out of Boston. John Adams, Samuel Adams, Paul Revere, Phyllis Wheatley. And I was very interested in these Boston tours. So it's the Freedom Trails that you can have at Boston. And they offer different types of trails. There's a small cost associated with some of these trails. And it's really a good walk. It can take up to 90 minutes duration to walk the entire trail, whichever trail you choose. They have a different variety of trails. And it's very historical. You can see Paul Revere's house. You can see some famous churches that the Mathers, Cotton Mather, was one of the famous preachers of the Puritan era. You can have an African American trail that you can walk, and you can learn about Phyllis Wheatley and other prominent African Americans during the Revolutionary period. And you can also learn about women in the Revolutionary period. So it's very interesting. I looked at their website. There's a lot of good information there. What to do, different venues, different sites you might want to look at. And you can have a tour, or you can just walk on your own. There's maps that you can print out to try and guide your way along. And I thought it was very interesting. I've only been to Boston once. I drove through Boston on my way to New Hampshire one time. And I would really be interested in going there and experiencing this opportunity to see where Paul Revere's house was. The 16 kids is an amazing thing to think about. How could they all fit in that one house? You can look at famous churches, and very interesting to learn about what was going on in Boston at the time. It was a very tense situation with the British regulars in the area. John Hancock, Samuel Adams at the forefront of leading the rebels. John Adams was in Philadelphia working with the other members of Congress. And you have the women in Boston were very active as well, participating in boycotts, things of that nature. And I think it's great that the Boston Historical Society and Boston as a whole is looking at other avenues of forgotten history. The African American contribution, the women during the Revolutionary War. They are now getting their turn to be explored and learned, and it's great. You can learn about everyone involved in the American Revolution in the greater Boston area. So it's very exciting to look at that website and a couple articles I've read, and it's great work that Boston has done. Obviously, it's a good thing for tourism, and it's educational opportunities for really students of all ages, elementary ed students, all the way to students that go to Bunker Hill Community College. They can enjoy a nice little trip to Boston on these Boston Freedom Trails.